I must admit, I ain't looking forward to. Will they come apart? That is the question. I do not know. Get this cut off now. I'm going to cut that clip off and then multi-tool it. I'll show you what connection I'm going to use for sealing back onto it. What is up YouTube, back with another episode of Day in the Life of a Jobbing Plumber. For those of you that don't know, I am Dan, Central Heat King. We post on a Tuesday and a Thursday at approximately 6 PM, but you don't need to remember that. If you click subscribe and ring the little bell on my channel homepage, you'll get notified of all my videos. Do I really need to show you this again? If you watched the last episode, this was all featured as to what's going up. So yeah, we're taking that out and replacing them. And I've got to repair these. I must admit, I ain't looking forward to. Will they come apart? That is the question. I do not know. Right, so we're on a combi system here, so I've just shut off the cold water mains. Ready to whip out these. Oh, I've got to patch up this floor. The siphon's a little bit unusual. I like it. It's not often you get a stamp in the toilet embossed in the porcelain anymore, is it? Must have been proud of whoever made this. Yeah, so I think that's a plastic soil pipe. I'll probably just cut that back and flexi straight out. Probably, hopefully, maybe, we'll see. Even though it's on a right dodgy angle, we don't need that much fall on it, or I'll fly off and the shit will get left behind. This is the lead waste pipe I've got to sort out. That's nicely running downhill anyway, so I'm probably going to cut that off. I don't know. I might take that clip off and cut it off behind this, because I've just took the bath panel off behind here, so it's just a clean fresh pipe going through. And I'm going to cut the hot and cold off here and again repipe it back through. Now some of you won't see traps like this. So this is obviously a lead waste pipe, whereas we use now plastic, and that is a brass basin trap. Something you used to use back in the day. Actually, you won't lasted a long time on it. I doubt I'll be able to undo that off though. Nice bit of scrap value. There's even a plug in it for cleaning it. Proper old school plumbing. So that's those two out. Still can't believe that undid. I can reuse that. Anyway, I'm just going to hoover up. Brought a little cordless mosquito hoover out. Hoover up all this dust and rubbish off the floor and put these pieces of plywood that he's got down, so at least I've got a clean surface. I don't need that anymore, that overflow, that'll be coming out. Obviously I've got to cut that out yet, but you guys should know by now I have OCD with workspaces being tidy. Much so I used to work for my dad. I'd put away tools as an apprentice. I put away tools that he actually still needed, and it got me in trouble. Years and years and years worth of paint, or a pain to get off. But at least once the bath panel's on, it look like two brand new pieces. Well, it will be two brand new pieces coming out. Nice shiny copper. I've just crimped them two on now, but I've got to, well, I already know that one of them is too short. Oh man, I'm going to try and clip them up somewhere like there, nice and level. Get this cut off now. I'm going to cut that clip off and then multi-tool it. I'll show you what connection I'm going to use for sealing back onto it. Basically, it's either going to be 32mm or 40mm lead waste pipe. That's the 40mm. What you don't want a McAlpine one really, with this insert in, because it makes it difficult to get in. You want one like that with no centering piece in. This is 32mm, but as you can see, the pipe isn't quite round, so I'm going to have to round it off and file it down a little tiny bit, and that should allow for a compression coupling on. Oh, she's tight. Basically, I'm just trying to use the nut to make the misshapen pipe back circle again, round again. Should be enough. Lovely. I'll be glad when I've done this bit. Back to working on plastic waste pipes. You know where you stand with them. Now I've got to try and knock that on, because that must be slightly tighter than the nut. Now then, with a bit of luck, that should just twist off, and I'll be able to put the nut and washer back on. Bloody hell! It's going to take me longer than doing the whole job. This bit of blood, nice. So just have to notch out a bit of the skirting board to allow for the nut to sit inside there. I don't want to be taking this frame out of the bath panel. My pipe should slide straight through into there, and I'll get a clip on it. Actually, that's our waste pipe in. Yes, I know it's black. I don't have any white. I don't carry white on the van. I'll clip these two up. Now, I don't have the tolerance spacers that you can buy. So basically, I just use copper packers. I've seen these slated on Instagram, but I don't see what it doesn't. I don't think it looks bad myself. But yeah, you can cut them to whatever size you want. That's them solid. And we're out from underneath the bath. Now I've got to position then the toilet and basin, the new ones, and we can get them fixed up and carry on piping. So obviously this basin's going to go centre of the window. I'm going to mark up where my pipes want to come. I'm going to come across here with the hot's the bottom one, elbow straight up, so you can't see the pipe work, and the cold again across T. That'll carry on through to the toilet. Elbow up. Well, no, T, elbow up. Yeah, just need to level this up, check it's central, and I'll finish that pipe work first before moving on to the throne. And this right here is why I use a tracer pencil, because it's such a thin nib you can get into the tiny deep holes. That isn't an innuendo. Just temporarily put a bit of cardboard under it to keep it level. Well, obviously that's not even focusing. And I have to level it from this part of the basin because the back is curved. So I've got a little pipe work in now, a little bit anyway. Waste pipe just wants to come in straight out that elbow up. But I'm going to fix the basin to the wall first. And how I do it is screw a metal washer and a little rubber tap washer. So when you tighten it up, if you just had a screw or just a washer with a screw, metal ones, it could possibly crack the basin, so that's why I put the rubber in, so grabs hold of it pretty damn good. Just fired 2 flexies on them two now. You can't see them from the front, can you see them from the side? I know some people don't like flexies, but I do, so yeah. It's much easier. I need to put 2 isolation valves on that though. I forgot only until I've put them on. Never mind. So I've just put a P-trap on there, adjustable, even though it didn't need to be, but it's the new one I've got in the van. And I'm basically going to measure a length from here to the bottom of there, and then elbow straight into it. And then that'll be the waste done, and pretty much the basin done. So I've put isolation valves on. I ended up using a street elbow for that, because that was too tight. Thankfully I had one in the van, only one. Right, basin. Get in there. Just got to prep up the toilet now. It comes with all the parts, although you'd think it'd be a 2-part siphon these days, but obviously not. Just got to put these bolts in, and yes, that is silicone, my friends. Oh no, more of it. Oh dear, it's going to upset some people, that. I only do them two. I don't do the siphon and the actual fill valve, just these brackets. So moving on to the toilet, I've just put the cistern on now because obviously the cistern wants to finish flush against that wall, so that'll determine the length I need on that soil pipe down there. I've got this Viva flexible pan connector to obviously try and lose a bit of that sharp angle on that soil pipe. I think by the time I've cut it off flush with that skirting board, should just be able to get that in. A little bit of silicone spray. Take your paperwork out, on that going down the waste pipe. Same as silicone lube, but a bit easier sometimes when you're messing. You'd use a load of silicone lube on the sides of that fitting. Let's see if that is short enough. Now you can see how much of an angle it's on. But it's gone on lovely. I'm back to the wall. I'm gonna have to go and get the marksman pen now to shoot a dart of chalk in, because my I've run out of leads in my tracer pencil. Anyone willing to send me any? That'd be nice. Tracer, yeah. Sponsorship, yeah. Still waiting. And that's what you're left with. Nice little bright dot. Got a couple of plastic washers and stainless steel screws. That's all nicely fixed back now. Still need to fix the bottom. It's got a little bit of a wibble wobble on it at the floor. Got an isolation valve and straight into, you couldn't see that, but the fill valve connection. Toilet seat. And finally, good job done for this. Dun dun dun! So there's my isolation valve for the toilet. A little bit of a funky bend later. Straight into a speed fit and tight tap connector. And a press street elbow. So in theory, we're ready for the water back on here, but I don't know if it's tackle them bath taps first. Or go and get me dinner. So to be honest, I don't actually have a clue how these taps come apart. I'm guessing we've got to undo, if the camera will focus, this nut here, and it should come to pieces. Well, that was pretty easy, came off by hand, if I'm doing it right anyway. Can't see any other way of it being able to come out. I think there's a washer there. Feels rubbery. Don't know how you get it out though. I was saying that, I was just about to try and grip hold of it with the grips and it fell out. So basically it's like a jumper with a washer inside. I don't know if you can... There's no hole in it like a traditional tap washer. I don't know if you can flick that out and replace it all off. But, however, my dad had something. Well, he had them, so I was just playing with you. I did know how they went together, but only via him. So I've got replacement ones, including the brass bit, and he reckoned however he's acquired them, they come with the brass jumper built into the washer. So hopefully we've got two that size. We'll get them swapped over. Right, so the unfortunate thing is we've got 2 tiny ones, 2 medium size, and only 1 large. Obviously I needed the large. So just drop the new one in there, just sits inside its own little slot. Wind this back on, nip up that nut, and with a bit of luck, that'll be it sorted. So I took out the washer out of one of these. So obviously, if I mess it up, I can put the old one back in. I've replaced it with a more modern type washer, although it's got a hole in. When the tap tightens up, it only seals on the flat surface around here. You can see the little imprint on the old washers. So hopefully that should work. We'll find out though, won't we? So some of you might be interested in what's for dinner today. We're still on soup because it's absolutely freezing, although he's sat here in t-shirt. But as you can probably hear, the van is running. Excuse me, I had a bit of chicken in my tea. It is chicken and veg, big soup. Yesterday's was just chicken. Just chicken was better because I haven't brought a fucking spoon. And that washer worked. Well. So I'm just going to run a bead of silicone, just a tiny little thin bead, along there and around the toilet, just to give it a bit more security, make it a bit more solid. Checked everything under here, everything's nice and dry. That's it, job done. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, give it a thumbs down. And let me know in the comments if you've done anything different, if you've steamed and repaired them style taps before, and if you know where to get the whole jumper set. Thanks for watching.